Welcome back to your general energy reading. Let's see what the cards have to reveal for you today. Hello, 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 and welcome, beautiful souls. Thank you so much for joining me again. Today's reading will be a pick a card reading. Where on earth do you belong? A cartography pick a card tarot reading. Where on earth is your happy place? We have three options here. Pile 1 is destiny. Pile 2 is journey. Pile 3 is home. Take a few minutes to just look over the cards and see which pile resonates for you. It's going to be a little bit of a silent pause. You can also pause longer if you need more time. I'm going to give it about 5 seconds and resume the reading. All right, pile 1, let's get into your cards. Where on earth is your happy place? Where do you belong on earth? I'm shuffling my cards now. I'm going to choose 3 options for you. Okay. Your first card is a place that has a deep musical history. This could mean that music is very significant or important to you. I heard Motown. So this could be the United States for some of you. It depends on what kind of music resonates for you. All right, this place is a tourist destination, showing up as a tourist destination. So this is the place with a lot of attractions that pulls people in from all over the world. And it's a place that's best suited for those 40 years of age and up. And it may be a really windy city. That can imply Chicago. So I get Chicago and Detroit just off the top of my head. Maybe this is Midwest. I think that's considered the Midwest of the United States. But you chose destiny, and I kind of want to get into destiny, okay? I feel that this place is a place that's always called out to you. It's a place where you're destined to be. I don't think you're native to this place because some of these piles today may actually show some of these options will apply to those of you that already live in a space that you're meant to date. I feel like this is a space that might be more of like the northern or Midwest with windy city energy. I mean, obviously windy cities could be all over the world, but I feel like these cards are telling me that it's maybe in like the Midwest of the United States. We'll see what else comes out. I'm going to look into your tarot cards. So there's a deep musical history in this place, again, which may imply that you are a music fan, a music lover, or someone who does music yourself. Okay, for the Hierophant is your first card out, Taurus energy. And that gives me maybe spiritual music may be significant, or it's giving me old. The Hierophant represents things that might be a bit dated, or maybe even classical or traditional. Okay, so that could be something, just heart like music you would hear in a cathedral, because the Hierophant is so closely linked to Catholicism. I'm getting maybe classical, spiritual, or some kind of music that's deeply steeped into a culture. It's cultural. Taurus energy, you have the 7 of Pentacles, and that's Saturn in Taurus. Some of you may find yourselves moving here for work, an opportunity for work or growth and expansion in your career. You may feel spiritually guided to this place at some point, maybe within the next 7 years. Or if you already live here, possibly you may have been there for about 7 years now. You have the Strength card, Leo energy, and you have the Ace of Pentacles. I really do feel like when you move to this place, it's a very abundant place, but I feel like it feels very traditional. This is an old world kind of energy I'm picking up here. I feel like this may be, if it's not Detroit, Chicago of the United States, I'm getting something where there's like this mid-century feel to the architecture. I don't know exactly what that means. It could be big cathedrals there or churches or monuments that have a lot to do with history. Even looking at the Strength card, I'm almost even getting ancient Egypt, Commission energy. Thinking of the Sphinx. I do feel like there's a lot of modesty in this place. It feels very grounded with all this earth energy. There may be a reverence for a feminine, either mythological or religious figure. Maybe to include Mary, Mother Mary. I feel like the marriage rate is very high there. Commitment is very high. I feel like most people are financially stable in this place. But it feels like a place that's been around for millennia. It feels kind of old. You have Taurus destination. You have the Eight of Pentacles. You have a lot of earth in your reading. I'm going to look up for in a minute, what places more resonate with earth's energy. You have the Tower here. Scorpio and Aries energy. That's Mars. You have the Six of Wands. Jupiter and Leo. And you have the Four of Cups. With the Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck, Scorpio energy, Moon in Cancer. I feel like you will move to this place after a tremendous shift in your life, okay? For some of you, this could be job loss. With the Eight of Pentacles going into the Tower, that could be a change in career altogether. A new career path is going to open up for you. And it may even be something in the spotlight again. Someone could be an artist, a creative, a musician here. If so, this power may really resonate for you, because I feel like this is telling me that you'll find major success, unexpected success in this region of the world. It does feel like this may be a place you've lived before for some of you, because the Six of Wands is looking like it's moving backwards towards an opportunity. So that could be true for someone here, especially with the Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck, which talks about a sense of familiarity, or again, there's something here about your soul feeling destined to be here, which is why you have destiny as the card that you chose. This is somewhere that I feel like you've longed to live since you were a child. With the Tower here, I just have to say this, for some of you, there's either going to be a huge shift in your career that pushes you into this place, this destination. For some of you, it could be destabilization of a home, a living situation. The Tower can actually represent natural disasters. This could even be telling me that this place experiences a lot of natural disasters, maybe prone to earthquakes or tornadoes or any natural disaster for that matter. I feel like there are a lot of tall buildings. They feel very ancient. It's almost giving me Rome even when I think of a lot of the ruins that are still semi-standing in Rome. So Rome could be significant for some of you here. And I do feel like this comes after a period of a major change in your life, and there's major success connected to this place for you. Okay, it says here that this is a place best suited for those 40 years of age and up. So this may be over the next 1, 7, or 8 years that you find yourself here. You have the Two of Swords. You have the Seven of Swords. You have Moon in Libra, Moon in Aquarius. You have the Devil, which is connected to Saturn, which is connected to older age. Saturn return energy is 30 years of age, 60 years of age. And you have the Seven of Wands. So you have Capricorn energy and you have Mars in Leo. I feel again, this is a place you'll move to later in your life. For some of you, maybe around the time that you turn 30 or 40, you find yourself curious about this place. I do feel like you will be a bit hesitant. This may be that for some of you, you have to get a passport to go here. Seven of Swords can talk about escapism. This may be a place that you escape to and find that you really fall in love with. I feel like there's something about armed guards here. I'm almost even getting like Buckingham Palace a little bit when I look at this Seven of Wands. I don't know if that means anything. I feel like there's a lot of history, and some of the history in this place is actually dark. There's a lot of myth or lore about this place that you may be drawn to. Maybe you like things a little on the darker side. That could be what this is telling me. I feel that this is something that definitely happens in your 40s. So for some of you, maybe in your 30s, or maybe your late 30s going into your 40s, that you move into this place, you have the Three of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Clarify in a windy city. So this does talk about like waiting for your shifts to come in. Some of you may be patiently waiting. And then under that, you have the Knight of Swords, which could be the wind blowing. So this could maybe signify for some of you, you may move more in the spring months. I feel like you're moving to spring. Yeah, we have the Wheel of Fortune, which can imply that the season will be changing when you move. But I feel like there's growth and expansion of a lot of good luck and financial stability for you in this place. You're manifesting this, and I feel like you will jump at the chance to do it. I feel like things are fast-paced to a degree in this place, but there's still a lot of history here. There's something about history with this Capricorn energy and this Hierophant energy here. It feels there's a lot of history here. And I feel ruins are significant or really tall standing buildings. And there's something about the weather where there's really windy days. I think that might be all I have for you, Part 1. I think that you will pack light when you go to this destination. When you find yourself moving to this place, you will actually not take a lot with you. You're going to be leaving a lot of baggage behind. Some of you may work in the finance industry with all the pentacles here. This could even be a place, a big financial hub where you're moving, where you're destined to be, where you'll find your happiness. I do feel like there's a lot of room for growth and expansion. I feel like the job market is booming. And I feel like this comes after maybe you leaving a job, possibly even losing a job, unfortunately for some of you, but it will be actually a catalyst for you. So a lot of abundance and a lot of success. I do feel that there's something significant about the history, and there's something dark in history in this place. Although there's still something very spiritual and beautiful about it, it's a mixed bag, okay? But there's something also significant about these really tall buildings with these men outside guarding the buildings, which is why I saw Buckingham Palace in my mind's eye. This is what I have for you, Part 1. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you in my next reading. You can also feel free to watch Part 2 or Part 3 if they resonate with you, if you couldn't choose. Thank you for being with me. Hey, Part 2. Welcome to your reading. All right, so let's see where you will find your happy place on earth. You chose the journey part. Astral Dust is telling me that this may be a bit more of a long time coming for you. I feel like this will be more of a slower process. I feel Part 1 may be the fastest, and I feel you may be the second fastest, and I have a feeling that Part 3 will be the slowest of the options as far as the time frame of this major move that takes you to your destination, that makes you the happiest you've ever been. We're going to try to see if we can get some clues into where is this place? Where do you belong? Where do you belong? To get on your happiness timeline. Okay, we have the Caribbean islands. Some of you need to be somewhere tropical, sunny, near a body of water, coastal lines, beautiful people and culture, and great food and festivities. Okay, we have somewhere that has a low crime rate. So this is not only a beautiful oasis for you, but it's a place where you can kind of like leave your door unlocked, or you trust your neighbors, you get along with everyone. It's a communal spirit here. And we have your third card is natural disasters are common here, which would explain why you might be in the Caribbean islands. Obviously, maybe tornadoes, hurricane seasons, things of that nature may be really prevalent in this area. Bottom of the deck, we have there's a historic landmass here, okay? All right. Let's see what these cards have to say to my collective. Part 2. When it comes to this Caribbean island, give me some clues as to what this is. What Caribbean island and why? We have the Knight of Swords. It feels the temperatures are mild here. I do feel like there may be gusts of wind with the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is very impulsive energy. It also gives me a lot of tourism. People love to visit this place, but I feel like it's like a quick getaway. It almost gives me that Knight of Swords is really fast movement. It gives me you could get to this place pretty quickly. So for instance, maybe you live near Florida in the United States and it's easy for you to get to the Caribbean islands from there, or something significant like that. I feel like there's not a long flight to get there. It feels like a pretty quick trip. Also, the Knight of Swords is connected to Gemini. Gemini is ruled by the third house. Third house energy is all about pretty familiar travel, not too distant travel, more like a staycation kind of energy. So that may be something significant. We have the Fool, again, very quick trips, short trips. The Fool is Aquarius energy, and it talks about not really packing a lot of baggage. You don't take a lot of baggage with you. I feel like this will come in your life when you are ready for a brand new start. You'll be starting over. For some of you, this may be when you hit about 35 to 40 years old that you move here. But you're going to start to feel a youthful energy when you get to this place. I feel like the people there are rather young. Maybe it's a place where the majority of the population is on the younger side. I feel like there's a lot of fun and spontaneity, maybe a lot of tech-savvy people or industry there. You have the Eight of Cups. Wow, that is the journey. You chose the journey card number 2. Okay, so how to? You have the journey, the Eight of Cups here, which talks about leaving home. This person is walking away from 8 cups that are standing perfectly in the image, which shows a situation where someone could actually be pretty satisfied. But there's something calling this person. So there's something calling you. And this does talk about leaving home, but he's leaving home on foot. Much like the Fool card is showing up here, just walking away. There may be an opportunity for you to travel to this place, maybe just as a trip, a short trip, and you end up falling in love with this place. Could be over the next 8 months while the Chariot is here. Again, this shows me it doesn't take you long to get to this place from where you currently live. It is in close proximity to where you are now. So again, there's no long flight here. This is travel that you may even be able to travel on land to get to this place. Okay, the Chariot card is Cancer energy, and we also have Saturn and Pisces with the 8 of Cups. Yes, this shows me very quick movement. Somewhat you can get to is very easily accessible to you. It feels like a hop, skip, and a jump from you. Show me the low crime rate. You have the Ace of Pentacles. There's a booming finance industry there. Most people are affluent in this particular part of the world. You had the World card. Wow. Yes. It is possible you may need a passport for this place, but the World card here, you have the Six of Swords. Yeah, you may need a passport. You're going to feel spiritually guided to this place. You're going to find your fulfillment here. That could be a relationship very fulfilling, or your career path. As you do have the Fool and the World card on the table, that gives me your midheaven energy, your 10th, 11th house cusp energy. So whatever sign sits at your 10th house and 11th house cusp. So if you're a 10th house Taurus, your 11th house cusp would be Gemini. And so maybe some of you need to look into cartography individually to see where will be a good place for your 10th house. You're a 10th, 11th house cusp sign. Where would there be a good place for you to live? I do feel like finance is here. I feel like there's a mixture of people who are very affluent, and then there's a small community of people who are not doing too well. I feel like even the less fortunate here, I feel like they actually benefit from the more fortunate. So that could imply to me there may be a system of socialism. You have the Five of Pentacles here. But this could also be showing me that this is an opportunity for you to take yourself from rags to riches, possibly put yourself into a position where you're making the most money that you've ever been making. And I also feel like there's something very charitable about people in this region of the world. I feel like they look out for the homeless. I don't feel like they look down upon them. But there's a region in this part of the world where there is some underfunded or less fortunate people, underprivileged, less fortunate people. You may be spiritually guided to go here for philanthropic reasons, humanitarian reasons. Something spiritual could be calling you there. What's going on with the natural disasters? You have the Seven of Cups. I feel like it's a mixed bag, and a Strength card. And I feel like the culture there, the people there are very adept, and they know how to handle, they know how to prepare. It almost gives me Florida again. So I don't know if someone here lives in Florida in the United States, or maybe even is thinking about living near Florida or in Florida at some point. You have the Strength card, Leo energy, and the Seven of Cups, Venus and Scorpio. I feel like this is giving me tropical foods. The image here that I'm looking at, it's a bunch of cups of different maybe exotic fruits, or certain fruit is native to this part of the world. I feel like it also benefits people health-wise. It's almost given me, many years ago, there was a craze of this Tahitian noni juice. So maybe Hawaii is significant. It came out of Hawaii, I believe. So there's something like that here. I feel like they're very health-conscious people here. And I feel like these people are very good at dealing with the elements. They know how to manage. I don't feel like there's a loss of life when these natural disasters happen. Not to say that it's impossible, but I do believe that these people are equipped to handle this, which could mean that they have things in place as far as preventative measures to preserve life when these natural disasters occur. I feel like it is water related with the Seven of Cups here. There may be 7 major bodies of water near this place. You have the Star card, and you have the Hierophant, Taurus and Aquarius energy. This place is highly spiritual. It's a spiritual hub. There's a lot of prayer here. I feel like a traditional religion is practiced here. Christianity, Judaism, Islam, these are the religions practiced in this place. You're going to be making a new start here, and you may find marriage, a good relationship, a solid partner. A lot of spiritual guidance as well. You may feel spiritually guided to this place. Maybe for some of you, you're teaching here or pursuing education. There may be a particular guru that you follow from this region of the world, or a way of life or practice. I do feel like natural, traditional in a sense of like from the earth, natural medicine will be significant to this place. I don't know why. I feel like there's something significant also about the churches here. There are a lot of, I feel like the historical landmass might actually be covered in a lot of churches or mosques or temples. Even the Five of Pentacles is showing me a church. I do feel like philanthropy and humanitarianism is really big in this region of the world. What do you have here for the landmass? You have the Page of Swords and the Five of Cups. For some of you, I do feel there's water. Water is very significant here. This Page of Swords may be for a lot of you. This may sound really strange, but I'm actually getting a message here that when it comes to these natural disasters, the loss of life that may happen in this region, the only thing that might be difficult is low, I don't even know what you would call it. The water levels may rise sometimes, maybe a bit tumultuous. I'm also seeing lightning and thunder in the sky. It can be a really rainy part of the world. But the Page of Swords shows me that this could be for school, like I said, or teaching for some of you. If you're not the student, you may be the teacher here. Working with young people may be significant, or like I said, you're going to feel brand new. You're going to feel like you're starting over. I feel like this is a place you're curious about. Some of you are already doing research on this place right now. Could be really big for science or math or academia. You want to have major success in this part of the world. I almost feel like everybody is watching you. This may mean that you're different from everybody else that lives in this region. You may be culturally, racially, or ethnically different from everyone else here. Or you may be a part of a minority in this part of the world, but people are going to gravitate towards you, strike up conversations with you, and be very curious about you, and you'll have major success in this part of the world. Thank you so much for joining me, Pile 2. If you want to stick around for Pile 3, please feel free to join me. Otherwise, I'll see you in my next reading. Hello, Pile 3. Thank you so much for being here with me. Let's get into your reading. Where on earth will you find your happiness? Where on earth do you belong? Based on the cards, you chose Pile 3. Home. The home card is the card, the oracle card that you felt drawn to. And I feel you were drawn to this card because this is how you're going to feel about this place. You're going to feel drawn to it. It's going to feel like home. For some of you, you'll find a strong sense of belonging here. You're going to just know as soon as you touch down on the soil. And I said touch down on the soil, which may imply that you're going to have to fly into this location, but you're going to feel instantly like you're at home. I feel like there's warm, inviting people here. They're going to feel like soul family for you. Your soul tribe is here. This is going to be a very spiritual move for you. Let's see what the cards have to say. For some of you, Africa, the continent of Africa is showing up here. Any of the 54 countries within the continent of Africa could be significant. Okay, this place is an energetic metropolitan hub. There's a lot of energy here. So this is a developed world. This is not third world energy. This is very first world energy. There's booming economy, there's trade, and there's merchandising. A lot of activity. It's very modernized. And we have that this is a biblical landmass. Absolutely. Wow. Okay, the bottom of the deck, we also have America, the continent of North America. Let's see what we can find here about Africa. Now, this could also be telling me that there is a language that is spoken in Africa, which obviously there are a number of dialects on the continent of Africa. So, they speak French, they speak Spanish, some of them. There's so many different languages over there. Swahili, you name it. Okay, Africa. What do we have about Africa? We have the Ace of Wands. We have the Devil. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, and Capricorn energy. I feel like there's an established culture of entertainment here. Yeah, we have the Page of Wands. Absolutely. On the film, that most of the people here are young, and you also have the Wheel of Fortune. So again, this is definitely like a fated thing for you. This is why it feels like home. When you get here, you're going to be going through a major change in your life when you move here. The Wheel of Fortune is also good karma. So I feel like this opens you up to many big opportunities to make money with the Wheel of Fortune, ruled by Jupiter, bringing about fortune and success and good luck and good karma. Someone here could maybe be an athlete, an entertainer, motivational speaker. Maybe the finance industry is even calling you here. Entrepreneurship. I feel like when I look at this devil, I think about how demonized certain cultures are. So this could be a part of Africa where they practice more of a natural religion to them, more of an African spirituality than, say, a more traditional religion. Again, I feel like most of the people here are extremely young. I believe Nigeria is a country where the average person is about like 19 or 20, if I'm not mistaken. So I do feel like there are a lot of young people here. This is a place where young people are drawn to. I feel like it's very beautiful. I feel like people come here a lot in the summertime. They have really booming summers where tourists come in. I also feel like with the seasons, the Wheel of Fortune represents the seasons and it's showing up with a lot of summery energy, wand energy, hot energy. I feel like even the winters here are kind of mild, which obviously Africa is not a cold region of the world. So yeah, there's something significant about the weather being really warm here all year round with the Wheel of Fortune. What is this energetic metropolitan hub? What is this? You have the Magician. There you go, right there. That's what I'm saying. There's a culture here where people practice magic. They practice things that are very unconventional, and maybe people judge them. You have the King of Swords. There's that energetic metropolitan hub technology of big here. But the Magician and the King of Swords, that's Mercury energy. Both of those cards are ruled by Mercury. So there's something significant about technology, communication here. You have the Empress, Taurus, Libra energy, and you have the High Priestess. Wow. Yeah. So again, this is non-traditional religions I'll practice here with the High Priestess. There's a lot of spirituality, may even be a bit haunted, and may have a history of being a bit haunted because there's a lot of black magic that goes on in this region of the world. I'll be honest with you based on these cards. I also feel like there's a reverence for feminine deities here with the Empress and the High Priestess representing divine feminine energy. There's a strong reverence for the feminine principle, the divine feminine principle, which Africa is actually traditionally known as a matriarchy. And not to say this has to be Africa for everyone here, because it won't be for everyone. But I do feel like the weather doesn't get really cold here. I feel like there's a lot of feminine influence, maybe even women outnumber men here. I feel like the women dress in cultural attire in this place, maybe headdresses like hijabs. Um, Maybe if they do practice a traditional religion, it's more of a Muslim belief system than, say, Christianity. I do feel like a lot of their spiritual practices are judged by the outside world, okay? I'm looking at the devil here. The devil represents oppression, and so this gives me maybe it has a connection to the slave trade, the transatlantic slave trade, as the devil is chained up here to these people, and I feel like there's a lot of history here. And this may be showing me I think it's Ghana. I think it's Ghana where you go and visit. And hold on, I'm gonna look this up. Yes, it's Ghana, and it's called the Elmina Castle, Cape Coast Castle. The door of no return is what came to my mind. All right, and this is the exit points in coastal slave forts. Yeah, so there's something about the Middle Passage here across the Atlantic. Something like that is significantly showing up here. So Ghana specifically as a country, Ghanaian culture could be significant here. I feel like there's a tribe of masculines that may do some type of ritualistic dance is what I'm seeing. I don't know what this may mean to anyone, but this devil just gives me, it almost looks like he's dressed like a warrior, but also there's a very culturally expressive feeling I'm getting from these cards. Show me what this biblical landmass is. You have the Queen of Wands, Aries, Mars energy. You have the Six of Swords. Very spiritual. There's a very spiritual energy in this place. It's a spiritual hub. This is a foreign land with the Six of Swords. It tells about traveling over a body of water. And I just talked about the transatlantic slave trade. That could be very significant here. You want to feel spiritually guided to this place. You have the Six of Pentacles. It's a place where a great trade has taken place historically. And it gives me any of the coast in Africa, the Ivory Coast, the Silk Coast, the diamonds, all of these things that get traded out of, all of the commodities that come out of that particular part of the world are showing up here. And there's a variety of them because you have the Seven of Cups. I feel like this is a culturally diverse part of the world. I feel like there are many languages spoken even in this part of Africa, possibly, or part of the world. There are a lot of different native tongues to this place. It's not just one thing, it's multicultural. And I also feel like there's a mixture of people here. And I do feel that you will be in a part of the world, or in this particular part of the world, where you will be around affluent people, Six of Pentacles. Also, the biblical landmass they have a lot to do with. Six of Pentacles has a lot to do with humanitarianism, charity, donations, giving back to your community. So this could be a spiritual quest for some of you. Bottom of the deck, you have America clarified by the Strength card and the King of Cups. Wow. Leo energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy, or Moon and Scorpio could be significant to your natal chart. Again, there's going to be a sense of belonging here, feeling emotionally supported, feeling like you have reinforcement. So for some of you, it's either America or Africa, or it could be anywhere where these things that I have said is showing up. I feel like there's a diversity of people. I don't see it as a melting pot per se. I won't say like America's like a melting pot. I feel like it's more of like a culture of people that know how to mix and mingle, but there's a lot of diverse tongues there. People speak in different native tongues, and they're all native to this part of this land. You're going to be enriching yourself here. You're going to be spiritually replenishing yourself here, and you're going to be growing old here. You have two kings. That's later in life energy, 40 years of age and older. This is where you will retire. This is where you will spend the majority of your life and have a lot of emotional stability, maybe even find a major love here. Yeah, you have the Knight of Cups next and the Six of Wands. For some of you, you may even meet someone famous that's local to this region of the world, maybe an entertainer, a poet, a singer, something of that nature. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you all enjoyed this reading. If this pile didn't resonate with you, maybe try one of the other options, pile 1 or pile 2, and I will see you all in my next reading.